Hello, and welcome to the news in brief on Graphic Online. In the headlines, media practitioners urge to protect Ghana's democracy by holding duty bearers to account. Explosion at Kormantse kills 4 fishermen. And Ghanaian woman charged with cruelty in the US for inserting ginger in the son's anus. Today is World Press Freedom Day, and marking the day with a ceremony at the Ghana International Press Center, journalists and media practitioners were urged to protect the country's democracy by holding duty bearers to account. They were also urged to continue to be guided by the principles of ethical journalism by making accuracy and honesty their hallmark in their reportage. Various speakers such as Cameron Dodu, Adjoa Yebuafari, Mavis Kicha, and Pius Enam Hajide had this advice.
I stand with those who believe that the weapon to fight disinformation, propaganda, and lies is surely factual reporting, doing our work proficiently so that we retain the confidence of the public.
With the upsurge of citizen journalism, most sources of information for journalists are now publishing news on social media platforms through blogs, WhatsApp messages, videos, and podcasts. Unfortunately, some of these people do so oblivious of the ethics of the profession and engage in propaganda, hate speech, fake news, excite hatred, and character assassination.
I am here to solicit solidarity and offer it. Please support your journalists. Without accurate information, your political freedom is meaningless.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Journalists Association has called for protection for the Upper East Regional Correspondent of Star FM, Edward Adeti, whose recent investigative work has led to the resignation of the Minister of State, Roxanne Bukari. This is following a robbery attack at his home in Bolgatanga and threats on his life by supposed sympathizers of Mr. Bukari.
Such threats faced the Star FM reporter in Bolgatanga, whose investigative work caused the job of a Minister of State at the presidency, my own friend Roxanne Bukari. We offer hearts for the character erection and moral perfection of the reporter who refused to accept a bribe to spelch the damaging story. We vehemently condemn the threats and robbery perpetrated against the reporter, as we urge the national security to move with urgent promptitude to provide all the protection he desperately needs.
Still on the media, the chairman of the National Media Commission, Mr. Yabwedua Ebuafo, has bemoaned what he describes as an over-concentration of political activists on programs in the electronic media.
Over-concentration of political activists in almost every program that we run, irrespective of their competence and their capacity to understand and appreciate the issues that we are discussing, is becoming so dysfunctional that the time has come for us to discourage them.
Following the opening of one of the footbridges on the N4 highway at Adenta, social media users have resorted to mocking the zigzag design of one of the ramps. But reacting to the concerns of the social media users, the contractor says the bridge is up to international standards. Mr. Ernest Hammond, the project manager of Fair Sky Limited, says the winding nature of the footbridge was due to space constraint. According to him, the footbridge was also designed to make it user-friendly for all, including the physically challenged.
The original design, as I am aware of, had stairs, which was not disabled-friendly. What we are doing is disabled-friendly, meaning it's a ramp rather than a stair, and it's more easier to use for everybody. We want to make this ramp accessible to all. When I say all, I mean handicapped people, disabled people. You know, we are trying to make this as gentle as possible, and to achieve that height of the original structure, we have to go over a long distance to able to achieve that height at a gentle slope. What we need to know also that with regards to the length of the bridge, I mean, this is internationally accepted, and you can find similar structures all over the world.
In Ghana, corporal punishment for children by inserting ginger in their anus may be very common and normal. But when a Ghanaian mother tried a similar act on her son in the United States of America, the law has caught up with her. The police say the punishment was embarrassing and very painful, and have consequently arrested the mother, Abba Hagan, who is 40 years old. She has been charged with cruelty to persons, a third-degree assault, impairing the morals of a child and endangering a child, as well as disorderly conduct. 4 fishermen at Kormantse near Mankasim in the central region died this morning following a premix fuel explosion. One other person is in critical condition at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. The explosion is said to have occurred around 5 a.m. whilst the 4 fishermen were transporting containers of premix fuel that was kept in their house. They were sending it to the beach to fill their outboard motors for fishing, but some eyewitnesses said a domestic fire being used by a porridge seller lit the premix fuel, which caused the fatal explosion. Some angry residents of Dowenya in the Greater Accra region on Friday morning blocked the road leading to Afenya to protest the poor state of a major link road in the area. The residents, dressed in red and carrying placards, said the bad nature of the road was affecting their health as well as their economic conditions. They gave government 14 days to fix the road or face their raft. The police had to resort to the use of tear gas to disperse them. Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for the area, Mr. Sam George, says he will lead them for another demonstration if their concerns are not immediately addressed. And in our last story, dancing pallbearers have become a trend at funerals in Ghana in recent times. While some say it is alien and unnecessary to allow the dead to go through such a treatment, there are others who, for the fancy of it, admire it. Unfortunately for the pallbearers in this video, they lost their balance and hold on the coffin and caused the deceased to die twice. For more news in this broadcast, visit us at graphic.com.gh and follow us on Facebook at Daily Graphic Ghana. Thank you for watching. I am Enoch Dafa Frimpong.